Often when you have completed your analyses or done what you actually wanted to do in Arc or any GIS really, QGIS, Saga, Planets, GeoMedia, it doesn't really matter, you would like to add background information to the map to make it more intuitive to the reader. Think about Google Earth images as a backdrop, for example. People really like to use Google Earth for that very reason because you've got satellite images that show a picture of the actual area of interest with your data superimposed on top of that. You can also do this in a GIS. In this example of ArcMap, you go to your Add Data button. You don't press the actual button. You press on the little arrow next to it, and you can say Add Basemap. This will navigate you to Esri, the Esri online repository, and you have various options here. One note, you have to be actually logged into your Esri global account. If you haven't done that, the software will take you through the steps. If you don't have an account, it will help you create one. So it's really quite straightforward. So what you can do is you basically just select a base map. So what would you like? For example, would you just like a satellite image, like imagery? Would you like a topographic map, OpenStreetMap, oceans, anything like that? I'm going to select OpenStreetMaps here. And then once you've added that, this service, this web-enabled service, will become the backdrop to your map. So you won't just have the feature classes and the layers that you have created yourself. You also have this additional background information, as you can see here. So here we can see the nature reserve. There's a little bit of a disconnect here between my nature reserve and what is drawn in the OpenStreetMap as nature reserve. That's not a surprise. OpenStreetMap is a communal effort. It gets updated quite a lot. The layer that I'm using is fairly old, it's at least 10 years old, so this nature reserve very easily would have changed in extent. And we can safely assume that this particular game reserve has in fact grown in size and extent to include this area here. You also have boreholes, which are shown, of course, from my layers. You've got the outline of farms, which are shown in gray. You've got the road network, which is shown in a brown color. But you see how OpenStreetMap actually has a road network as well. To help with the clarity of the map, we'll leave our layer on. You also have the railway, which you can switch on and off. But for the clarity of this map, we will also leave it on. So that is how you can add a base map to your map. You can also go a little bit further than that. You can say add data and add data from ArcGIS Online. Now, ArcGIS Online is intelligent in the sense that it will recognize where you are accessing this service from. So I'm accessing it from South Africa, and it will automatically or generally, if the connection is good, will show me the layers suitable to South Africa. For example, I can add the South African 1 to 50,000 vector data, which are the maps that are published by the Surveyor General. We've got also the color imagery, so you can add that. You can also add anything really that you find of interest from this service. So there are many options open to you there. All you have to do is connect using the add button, the little, not the add button itself, just the arrow next to it, connecting to the Esri Online facility, logging in with your global account, and you are ready to go.